there's something we call 360 kiss. now, now 360 in the sense that avoid anything that is mouth. So I can peck, but that cannot be in the mouth. So of course, you don't peck a person in the mouth. So that's why I said you peck here, peck here, peck here, and peck here. So that's all you can do. You cannot do anything more than that. We have some questions real people ask here. We will do our due diligence to answer them based on our experience and then based on what will be best for you when you are taking some of these decisions. I think it's important to have people who can face you and talk to you. I may not be direct, but then if you are in such a situation now of this question sounds like yours, I think we are facing you and telling you categorically that you need to take it. Very, very important. Not like a warning, but then what will be best for you. So we will have questions on boundaries in real friendship and relationships. We also have questions on choosing a life partner, God's will in marriage. And we also have a third one, love, true love in marriage and marriage dynamics. And finally, or let me say number 4, relationship and conflict resolution. And finally, spiritual growth. So that one is personal. So, but then we have about 19 questions. As much as we can take, we will take, and will be fast as possible, but hitting the nail on the head.
You are not the one to determine if the friendship will be renewed or not. It's how the guy receives it that will determine. But if you've said no, you have your reasons for saying no. The guy might not be able to relate with you again based on maybe his heart or heartbroken.
It should be.
Some may not be, not in every cases anyways. But try and relate to him as you would on a normal base. But if you see that he's avoiding you, I think it's best for you to leave him so that he can heal up and have his space and breathe. So you would actually still make other friends along the way, but you can still give him space till he comes around. So you might not ruin the friendship and you might ruin the friendship. But the cocoa here is that you have your reason of saying no. So don't be too minded of, some people have decided not to break friendship and it has ruined their relationship. Because in a bit of not breaking friendship, you end up being in an emotional relationship or in a situationship. In a situationship, which ends up at the end of the day affecting your friendship with that person. So if you have your reason for saying no and your reason is genuine, you're on the right track, either the person decides to be friends with you or not, you would be fine.
I want to come in the direction of, if what the guy wants from you is a relationship and he decides to be a friend with you first so as to get you to catch a monkey, you be like a monkey. Now, if that was his intention from the beginning and you now say you don't want to ruin the friendship, see, the friendship has been ruined already and there is nothing you can do about it. The moment you said no, you have ruined everything. So what is best for you is your peace of mind. What is best for you is your conviction. So stay by it, stand by it, and don't allow anything to change it. It's very, very important. Yes, you made the right choice. If that guy is not the best for you, if it is not yet time for you to say yes, if you have not gotten a conviction to say yes, and you just, maybe you are not ready, you have made the right choice. So don't care about what he says or what he does. I mean, please enjoy your life. You will still meet other friends and better friends.
I think I want to add that don't be guilt trapped, because some of these things is just a way to guilt trap you. Some of these things is just a way to guilt trap you into maybe saying yes or no. Stand by your decision. If the person is going to be a friend with you, he will surely come around. But if he was never a true friend, he will go his go.
He will go his way.
This one is deep because setting boundaries is a thing, and many people find it difficult, especially sisters. We find it difficult to set boundaries in the sense that you feel you don't want to chase the brother away, or you don't want to sound desperate. It is important that you set boundaries. Very important. And I think one question is that how can they develop boundaries? Yes, as simple as asking the person, what are we doing? If someone start calling you and is calling you every day, like my husband used to say, if you start talking to someone every day, you're in a relationship already. So it's time for you to define that relationship. What kind of relationship is it? So if you notice that someone is leading you on, or someone is giving you green lights, let me put it that way, let me not say leading you on. If you notice green lights, sister or brother, ask that person, what are we doing? Especially for sisters, what are we doing? What are we? Like this generation will say, what are we?
Are we, bro?
What are we? What are we doing? It's okay to ask what you are doing. If you feel that you are sounding desperate, it's okay. Sound desperate now, so you not be heartbroken later. What are we doing? Then you can set boundaries by, sorry, I don't pick calls after this time. I don't appreciate you using these names for me.
Like, I love you.
I don't appreciate you telling me I love you. You know, those simple things get into our heart and creates a kind of situationship that you yourself, you might not even realize until later. So set boundaries. I don't receive call after this time. Bros, you have been calling me. Exactly. What do you want from me? Do you have
just
plans?
Checking up on you.
You're just checking up on me. Okay, if you're just checking up on me, after this time, after 9 p.m., don't call me again. I don't pick calls after 9 p.m. I don't appreciate you calling me dear, sweetheart. I don't want it. Those simple things are a way to set boundaries.
Thank you for saying Christian relationship. Now, the truth of the matter is that our culture, let me say this part of the world, our culture does not support cohabitation, does not support, activities that leads to sex before marriage. Our culture still does not support the main thing before marriage. Now, when we now come into Christian culture, the Jesus culture also does not support any of this. The Christian culture does not support any of this. So the first thing and the most important thing is that please set it. Those strict boundaries you so to say, Abi, they are possible. They are very much possible. Now imagine you set boundaries on, we will not hug in the close, when we're in the close, in a close place, behind closed doors. Now, that kind of boundaries will help both of you to what? To stay, to stay true to each other. You don't now, for somebody who don't even hug or kiss before the before marriage. In any of their relationships, it will be hard for you to now enter into a relationship, which of course I know your body will be doing somehow. But then, because you are a Christian, that you have added in the question, Christian relationship, it is very much possible, because you can ruin a lot of things by just a little kiss. You can ruin a whole lot of things. One step will lead to another. The first day it will be a peck. The second day it will be a kiss. The third day it will be something else that I cannot mention with my mouth. So it is important you set those strict boundaries. Now, I must say, those of us standing before you, we are not saints. Now, I'm saying this openly. When we were cutting, there's something we call 360 kiss. now 360 in the sense that avoid anything that is mouth. So I can peck, but that cannot be in the mouth. So of course, you don't peck a person in the mouth. So that's why I said you peck here, peck here, peck here, and peck here. So that's all you can do. You cannot do anything more than that. And if you feel your face is sanctified, and so Set your boundaries. Set your boundaries.
Okay, I want to say that don't view these things as strict. See them as life-saving rules and guidelines. When you start to view them as strict, you would have a problem. You think it is set up against you. It is not set up against you. It is set up for you.
Now you go set them up now.
I'm trying to say, like,
Okay,
it
like
is a
from
known
biblical
rules. Yes,
perspective.
it is set up for you because these things, this kissing and all that, are setting you up for danger. It's like someone that is setting trap for you. It's like you want to catch a mouse, you now put biscuit, and the main
It's
trap
like
is
they
there.
want to put you on fire. You now pour petrol as pomade. That's it.
So some people, everybody set their rules. Some people cannot handle hugging. If you know you cannot handle it, don't hug.
If you be shaking like banana leaf,
Because the truth is that the feelings will be there. But you feel that you can handle kissing. Hey!
you cannot handle it, oh.
Because
Sister, you cannot handle it. Let me say it now. You cannot handle it.
Because once you start kissing, something happens. You stop talking. I was listening to I think it's Pastor Femi Lazarus. Once you start kissing, you stop talking. The things you supposed to notice, you wouldn't notice them. You wouldn't see them. And this will be the activities along your relationship. That's why many of us miss the congent point we're supposed to see in that person that we want to marry, because we're so busy doing all the things that were kept for the marriage before the marriage. So you cannot tell them that you will kiss and you will not touch. How possible is that?
As in now?
Let's be sincere with each other. You say you kiss somebody, you don't not touch. At least you will touch some parts.
Some. Let me keep
Let's
quiet.
just keep quiet.
If you think you have something to say in the comment section, say it. Put it there. Put it there. I want to hear from you. And when I hear from you, don't worry, I can still counter you.
Actually, I think I've answered this question before. And I will still say the same thing again. Who are your friends? Show me your friends. And I'll show you who you are. Like, how can your friends be pressuring you to have girlfriend and to have a boyfriend? That means you are not keeping the right company of friend. If your reason for rejecting a boyfriend is to stay sanctified, is to obey the biblical principles of keeping yourself holy before marriage, you're on the right track. You're going on the right way. So you shouldn't feel pressure by some friends. That means your friends are not going on the journey you are going to. If you're not careful, you will join them, especially if they are more than you. So my advice for you is to change your group of friends. Journey with those that have the same mindset with you, that are going to where you are going. And as for lying that you have a boyfriend, okay, I don't want to say you're lying, but you're lying actually. You're in a relationship with Jesus. Let me believe that you're in a relationship with Jesus. If you're in a relationship with Jesus, there is no space for someone now, except it's Jesus that is sending that person. So you can only be in a relationship with who Jesus is sending.
So I go ask you, who sent you?
Exactly. Who sent you? So my dear sister, you're on the right track. Just change your friends so you can have peace of mind.
Okay, one thing I would like to say is that it's a good thing at least they are coming. Because if they are not
it's
coming,
good that they are coming.
we will need to have a section with you. You understand? So now, I think I've asked a lady, or I think I've asked you before, that how do beautiful ladies, how do they cope with the way that guys, they are all about, I see that girl, and they will pursue.
Fine.
Some people even bet on issues and matters like that. So, like, I was asking that, how do they cope? It's a good thing that they are coming. It means that you don't have problem. There's no problem with you.
You don't need deliverance.
Then you may not need deliverance. So, but then, now that you don't want, what you don't want is what you don't want. Now, Dr. Dike Olukoya used to say that some people are suffering from the no they refuse to say years back. Now, you don't need anybody's opinion to say your emphatic no. Like, I don't care. I'm saying no, and I'm saying no. Now, this is in the face of pressure. We know you are strong if you can say no, or stay against the popular opinion in the face of prayer, especially when it is something that will work for you. We saw in the Bible, the Rechabite, who did they call them? They said no in the face of prayer, even with a prayer that the instruction is from God. They said no. They stand true to what they had been standing true to. So I think don't beat yourself over it. Okay? And those your friends, they need Jesus.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Capital letter yes. Bold letter yes. In fact, we need to choose font for it. It will be gothic, bold, like 100. You understand? Yes, he must be a believer.
Compulsory. Very
Because
compulsory.
if he's not born again, who is his father? So, if Satan is his father, now a person may
Satan
be
is your father-in-law.
Satan is your father-in-law. Yes, that's what it means. Now, a person may be good, but still a child of the devil. Now, see, in this kingdom, you have to marry somebody from this kingdom. You cannot, if is he, no, there's no two way about it. So for me, I don't want to dwell too much
And
about
don't mix church member for believer.
it. Exactly.
Someone can be your church member and not be a believer.
Somebody can know how to preach and not be a believer.
Hey, don't mix church member for believer. Believer is believer. Definition of a believer is someone that surrendered his life to Jesus and is following the biblical principles. So please, must
And
be a
he's
believer.
reading his Bible and praying every day and growing.
Must be a believer.
It's not that he gave his life to Christ
And
3
collected it
years
back.
ago and collected it back. It's not submit and take. Yes.
I wanted to say that Jesus had plenty sons, plenty children. And
Yes.
there are plenty children in God's kingdom. And their growth rates, we don't grow. Just like the way you give birth to children. And all of them are not of the same age. Imagine if I have 3 children or 4 children. Okay, let's say I have 7 children. 30, 20, downwards like that. You now say you want to marry the one of 15 years. And the 15 years say, I am not ready yet, I'm not ready for marriage. Doesn't mean that you cannot marry another person. Doesn't mean that you cannot pick, and that person is just not ready for that journey. It's not just, and doesn't make that person less of a child of God. Doesn't make that person a bad person. That the person did not agree to you doesn't mean the person has missed the will of God for life. No.
Exactly.
It does not mean so. So there are plenty of God's children. So there is no one person for one person. Like I used to say, I think the last time I have seen one person for one person is Adam and Eve. Yes, now. And that was because she's the only one. And God created her specifically for Adam. So I think the last time I may have seen one person for one person is Adam and Eve. So there's no one person for one person. You can be approaching someone. Does not mean you even got the wrong conviction. You can be approaching someone, but the person is not ready for that journey. God is magnanimous. He's so kind. He will give you another person.
My God.
Okay, stop it.
When you know your purpose, when you know where you are going, where are you going? Now, you don't say you are in 100 level, you say you know where you are going. You have not seen life. Can I be sincere with you? You have your vision that you say you have seen can still change several times. You must begin to walk in that path, and we are seeing it. Not that you want to carry a sister to follow you on the journey that you don't even know where you are going.
You don't know the destination.
You don't know your destination. So you must wanderer. So you'll be rigmaroling. So you must have a destination. You must be clear on your purpose, following that purpose. In fact, it is in the midst of that purpose you will find the person. In the midst of it. Because God will not just bring somebody from somewhere else to come and jam into your life. So don't you are in school. You don't even know where your next meal is going to come from. They are feeding you. You are looking for...
They're looking for who to feed.
See, bro, calm down. I wanted to say that the beautiful ones are not yet born, but actually they have given birth to my wife. So the beautiful ones have been born actually. So now, but I want to say that, see, you have not seen the most beautiful person. Mm-hmm. If you think that the beauty of that person is shocking you, sincerely, you have not seen the most beautiful. Just wait. Give it time. Calm down.
They don't answer you. Go back to God in prayers. Go back to God in prayers. If she's not ready, she's not ready. She no one do me.
How does God speak to you? How does God speak to you? If God is speaking to you, I wanted to say, if God is speaking to you through dreams, He will reveal your life partner to you through dreams. But no, caution.
Caution.
Caution. I want you to get the caution. You will not leave that marriage in the dream. So if you will not leave it in the dream, you need some, concrete convictions. Concrete convictions. Check with another person. One of our guests on this channel said he decided to, God was talking to him and he did not want to hear. So he decided to tell brothers, tell other persons. He did not paint the person black or white and told the persons that please pray along. And then when one of them got back to him, the person got back with, a voice note that was long. You understand? So that is someone who wants to actually check. You had a dream. Tell it to somebody who is spiritual. Tell it to somebody who knows more than you. And let them also pray about it. You must also have a father. You understand? Have somebody you can relate with, who is your mentor, who will guide you. They may not tell you, because I have noticed that they may not tell you specifically, this is the person. Because now you go live in that marriage.
Yes, so
they will not live there with you. So they may not tell you specifically, but they will guide you. They will guide you. It is only the Holy Spirit that can tell you, that is your wife. This is your wife. So
I want to add, if God has been speaking to you through the word of God, and it's not time for marriage, you not decide to say God has spoken to you through dream, or guy, I have not received conviction, God will not bypass his normal route of talking to you and say it's because this dream, many people just have this dream. Sometimes these are even the product of the image in your heart.
Imaginations.
Yes, these dreams are the product of image in your heart. That's why even if God speaks to you through dreams, you need to go back to God and pray and seek more guidance as a backup for your conviction. That is if God speaks to you through dreams. But if God does not speak to you through dreams, you are now praying for a sister, you now start fetching water for you. Oga, go back.
Which one is better? Dreams are dark sin. Imagine somebody and God just speaking to you through your heart and say, that is your wife. That's a word. That's a word.
Not backing from the scripture. You see the revelation from the scripture.
I remember after the revelations we had and all that, the convictions, there was still a word. I can remember you said, God told you, say, go in this thy might. Very, like, it is important. There's a word that is coming from the Lord for you. You must have something that the Lord is saying.
Wait, I want to digress a little bit. I know this particular saying. What's your conviction? Peace. I have peace in my spirit. What do you have to say about that?
That peace can turn you to pieces very soon. They will pieces you. There are people who have said they have peace. They have peace. What is the basis of that peace? That guy can be camouflaging. That girl can be a Jesus body. Said there's nothing like Jesus' body. It's just that
she put the Jesus before the body.
She's not born again.
She used the Jesus to cover the body.
Jesus bodies are not born again. There's nothing bad in God. In him, there's no variable of darkness. Hey! So you have to be very. That person may be hiding things, and so it's important, very, very important. Don't say I have peace. I have peace. Peace is not the only way by which God. In fact, peace is not a medium of communication. Peace is a feeling that you have after you are something is communicated to you, and you can have peace and still be duped. Yes. So don't say you have peace. You have peace. What is God saying? What has He said from His word? Those are things you need to check.
Okay, I think we've said it. So it's not as if God will show you 4 people at a time. That's so let's be clear on this.
That's thing. Confusion.
Let's be clear on this thing. It's not as if God will show you 4 people at the time that you are the will of God. No. But we meet people in different places and faces. So you can meet someone actually, and that person might not be ready. And maybe the level of growth is not yet taking that your conviction. It's very possible. The person might not even want you. Does not mean you're wrong. You understand? The person might not have just gotten that level of growth. So that way, if you go back to God, and there's another person, there's a God child somewhere again that is ready for marriage.
Very important. If I don't like the person's face, it's your choice. It's the person's choice. If I don't like the face, I don't like the face. I cannot marry the person. You understand? So that our children will be fine. You understand?
Okay. Then you go know. You go soon know. Now fine face you go chop for inside marriage. You then go the tell person.
Abba, 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 Abba.
No.
Who is the leader of your life?
Mm.
Who is the controller
Who
of your
led you into
life?
that
Who is the
relationship?
general commander of your life? So if he's the general commander, I realize that a lot of people, they are in permissive will of God. I don't worry, I agree, they go. You understand? They are not in the perfect, in the exact will of God. Now, there's something like permissive, there's something like I accept. It is important that you take note of the dealings of God in your life. The dealings of God. What's God saying to you? Where is He leading you? One thing I've realized that the devil is doing in our generation is that he's making the wrong persons to study the wrong courses. A banker is now an engineer. A politician called to be a politician is a forex trader.
He's a medical doctor.
He's a medical doctor. So, like wrong
looking
people,
for money.
wrong people in wrong places. There is no way in marriages wrong persons will not match to the wrong person. So I will advise that hear God. In fact, now if you have entered a course you don't like that does not even favor your destiny, when you are now that you are trying to retrace your step, teach your children to choose course according to the will of God or pray them into purpose. You understand? So that they will not be a square peg in a round hole. You must take note of that. Don't go and ask a sister out when God has not spoken to you.
Yes.
Oh, I will use this thing so be careful. So don't do that.
Please,
And don't say yes if God has not
spoken to you. Hear God before you enter. So if crisis starts, you need to say, God, I asked you.
Exactly.
I asked you.
I asked you. I asked you.
You know, ask who you go tell, say you asked.
You asked.
God will ask you, did you ask me?
Like, who sent you?
Who sent you, fa?
Imagine the Holy Spirit telling you who sent you.
Eh?
And you know that time you would have grown. Now, that time you'll be hearing the voice of God clearly.
Because
in
crisis
fact,
have made you move close to God.
You will hear God.
Crisis have made you move close to God. So you will hear Him then.
You will hear God very well. The thing is looking like somebody is lying somewhere.
Exactly. God does not make mistake, but we humans, our medium, the medium of communication is not clear because we are beclouded by the things of this world, by things of this life. So the medium, when it's coming from the spirit, some of us don't hear clearly, and we feel that we've heard clearly. So God does not make mistakes. So one person somewhere is making a mistake, but if that brother is convinced and the sister is saying no, please go back to God.
I beg.
God will not leave you to not marry.
Go and rest.
No,
go and
God,
rest.
There will be another God child somewhere that is
just like Adam fell into a deep sleep. Go and sleep. Go and sleep. God will bring the person, the bone. In fact, it was possible when you are sleeping, that bone will be taken out of you and the person will come. But please rest. On the issue of marriage, sleep, rest in the hands of God. In the hands of God. Don't be agitated. Don't be troubled. Who will I marry?
Remember that this thing has saying rest in God's arm. Remember when I told you I received someone and the person was not saying anything? Yes, I had to go back to God and I rested in Him. I remember then I just said, "Whoa, anything marriage, God shall take it. I'm no longer shall bring the right person. Let me shall marry well. Let me marry right." I stopped praying about one particular person and tried to rest in God. It's when I rested in God that my husband came. So
rest.
There's a probability that I might have had wrongly, and there's a probability that I had rightly, but the person is not ready. You understand? So that one is between us and God. Now only God, that part's clear too.
There's something we call the purposes of God and the plans of God. The purposes of God does not change. The purposes of God does not change. That one has been written from the foundations of the earth. The things you will do and the things you will become And those things. So there are some things that are already, like what has been written has been written. Now, the how it will happen,
The plan
the plan,
can change.
those ones can change. It can change.
And now we cause them.
Yes,
Now
we
we
are the
cause am.
cause. Now, a lot of things can even cause it in this world. Economic realities can cause it. You understand? Someone may be born into a rich family and the other is born into a poor family. And the family of the rich say, you cannot marry our daughter that is from a rich family and you are a pauper. So you understand? Those plans can, and God can change those plans so as to fit into his purpose. Now, sometimes God can change man so as to achieve his purpose.
True.
That plan has changed, but the
But
purpose
did not
remains
change.
the same.
God will give you a will. It might not just be the same sister.
So, exactly. So, who you are looking for in the original person will be found in the one God has now assigned to you. Yes, true love exists. True love exists. But there's nothing like true love. True love exists, but there's nothing like true love. Now, the reason is if you love, you love. Love is love. Love is the definition. Love is kind. Love is patient. Now, you don't want me to put love of Christ in it, Abi? Yes, you can love a person genuinely. You can love a person genuinely. The love that exists between a brother can be a genuine love. It's a genuine love. So it is not only when we are talking about this
Relationship.
erotic eros love that we are talking of love. Love is love. In fact, the instruction of God is that we should love everyone. Yes, friendship is by choice, but love is compulsory. Love is compulsory. You must love everybody. But now, the love that brings us into, I want to marry this person, I want to stay with this person, is that love can be genuine. Can be genuine. But I want to say, as I wrap up, because I have said all I said without the love of Christ. Now, you cannot love genuinely without Jesus. Why? Because love involves dying for the other person. Can you die for the person? The Bible did not say marry your best friend. Your wife, your partner becomes your best friend. So stay with that person. Now, best friends can
Change.
Best friends can. In fact, yes, we used to have best friends when we were in primary school. Is that best friend still your best friend? We had best friends when we were in secondary school. Is that best friend still your best friend? In fact, in the space of my secondary school, I had best friends. Like in the same school, I changed best friends. Junior secondary school. And they were still around. They were no longer best friends. So if best friend is by the way they do it, it does not work. So please, make your wife, your partner, your best friend. If God has made who you will marry your best friend, then stay close to that person. But don't say, because this one is my best friend, I must marry the person. I advise strongly, make a lady as a lady your best friend. Make a guy as a guy your best friend. Those ones can tell you reality. But if you are a rat, you are talking to a cat about the things that you are vulnerable to, you are already telling him.
Bestie is comforting bestie on the bed.
As in, I don't understand.
Yes.
Bestie comforting bestie are behind closed doors. And they are opposite gender. Let's be careful. Let's know what we are doing.
All these things are just to safeguard us. It's not as if we cannot have a male friend.
You should.
Well,
You should even have male friend, but not your best. Your best means that that's the person you will discuss almost everything with. You are most times always together.
For you know, you have entered emotional relationship.
Are you sure they have born the person? Then what I mean by born the person, which God does he believe? Which of the gods?
Like,
he believes in God, he does not go to church.
You're talking of two things that are antagonizing each other. He believes God does not go to church.
It's a joke. The brother is a joke. Don't even consider him. Is he asking you out? Oh, sorry, you're the one considering him. Let me help you. Stop considering the son of the devil.
Coming down. Be coming down.
Why is he not going to church?
Be coming down.
This is one of the problem. One of the problem. You are married to that brother now. You are married to that guy. Nobody can talk to him. not his father, not his mother. There is problem. You cannot report him to anybody. And that person will pick a phone and call him and say, I don't even want to hear anything that happened. Go and apologize to your wife. He said, he's responding, he said, sir, whatever you are saying it in your pocket. I will not hear anybody. And he drops the call. Is that the person you want to marry? And is the type of person that God cannot speak to. God cannot talk to, at least, okay, God has never talked to him to go to church, Abi.
He's a child of God.
There is no, which?
He's born again, he's not just going to church.
No, let's call a spade a spade. Now, you may say, I'm not hard. I'm just telling you reality. See,
But sincerely,
life is more than all this mushy that you are talking about. Oh. You will see when, you will hear when.
you think it's every day that inside married that you're feeling mushy. That feeling is coming every day. They play. In a week, you may not feel anything.
You are considering him, Abi. Don't worry, we'll consider you for a space scenario. Don't worry. Very soon.
But,
They break bones. Those people, they can break bones. Then nobody can talk to me. You want to marry, nobody can talk to me. No pastor, no. I'm not even saying pastor majorly. But somebody who he listens to. Please, oh.
The fact that the person is not going to church is a signal that he is not submitting. He can't submit under anybody.
And if you cannot submit under somebody you can see, how do you say you are submitting to God? You cannot see.
We've actually had because we are not raised by the same parents. Even children that are raised by the same parents have different ideologies.
We have had conflict. Now we have had arguments. And when you say conflict, I think none of our conflict has actually gone over to the next day. So conflict, argument, those things are normal. Like, do it this way. I don't like it that way.
Yeah.
And things like that, it will definitely happen. But brother, can I advise you? When you want to get married, you see all this shoulder pad. You know what? Bring it down. Bring it down.
I'm the man of the house.
Bring it down. Hey, those are the man of the house. Your marriage will not work. Someone was saying, I think Arome Osai was saying that whatever sacrifice you need to pay for your house to be at peace, pay it too.
Not the only woman they pay sacrifice. So.
Yes, pay it. In fact, men, say, who has been begging? Who used to beg?
It's you now.
It's me that we beg. I'm the one that I was always saying sorry. When I've said my sorry, she will now say her own sorry too. Even though she's the one that is wrong, go. I will still say sorry.
And there are times I say sorry too now. It's not just plenty.
No, it cannot be plenty. It's probably once in 2 years. Maybe in this marriage now you have said sorry once. No. I mean first to say sorry.
It's more than once.
You see?
It's more than once.
Another argument. You will shrink if you don't pray. So please pray. Talk to God and you will grow. Listen to messages. Occupy yourself with YouTube podcast that helps you. Just like, for example, now, if you subscribe to this channel now, it's one of the things that will help you to grow in your love life.
At least in your long relationship.
And of course, you know, we have said some things today that actually point to some things in your heart, that needs to be addressed. That's all for this question and answer section. If you still have more questions, we'll be gathering them together and we'll answer them in subsequent episode of this Young People Ask. And so thank you very much for joining us today. Please subscribe to the channel.
Thank you.
1,000 subscribers before my birthday. 1,000 subscribers.
Your birthday is far.
It's far. 1,000 subscribers before the end of this month. Before the end of March. Please, before the end. God bless you. Thank you very much. I'll see you again. I'm Ayodele, and this is my beautiful wife. The beautiful ones are born already. I'll see you again. Thank you. Bye.